And now, the Crypt Keeper of Creepy, the provocative prince of the tweens, the nightmare from Neptune. It's Zabujard!
Hey guys, subscribe to the OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/big big butt cartoons. Onlyjares.com/big fat farts / I found a new timeline channel, a channel that goes over alternative timelines. So it goes over Tartaria and stuff like that. The Great Reset War of the 1800s. It's interesting because, I mean, think about it, right? It's so obvious when you look back at the fake history they show us. Every Wikipedia article says that your city was founded, not built, but founded. Why use the word founded? It's because they found every city pretty much that we have on Earth here. They found the cities when we came here in the 1800s or 1700s, around that time. And these cities were found and not built by us. Found by us. Founded. Every Wikipedia article. Chicago, founded in 1755. New Orleans, founded in 1717. And then what happens when all of our leaders come here? You know, all the fake gay Mason leaders, right? They take control of these areas of the countries, right? Napoleon, George Washington, all these people. And then what happens? You get the Great New Deal, okay? And all the quote unquote leaders who made themselves leaders of this world, right? They're just trading these giant beautiful cities for other people's beautiful cities. Like they're treating these giant, beautiful, amazing buildings and all these amazing cities and countries like they're Pokemon cards. And George Washington's like, okay, Napoleon, I'll give you fucking Alaska if you give me New Orleans. And Napoleon's like, oh, of course, I'll give you New Orleans. It's just a crappy French port city with like giant buildings everywhere and giant ships and giant ports and all this architecture and stuff. And he's like, yeah, you guys can have it. And nobody's like, okay, so France gave us this incredible city for like, what, $10? That's a little weird. Anybody else think it's a little weird? So our faggoty leaders come along and they're like just trading these massive, beautiful, perfect cities like they're Pokemon cards. I'll give you Charmeleon if you give me that Charizard. Yeah, I'll give you New Orleans for fucking whatever the fuck we got New Orleans for $10. Plus a shiny Squirtle card with mint holographic squirt move where she squirts all over your face move. You know, it's just funny that it's just weird, man. Because it's just what's going on in this realm. So many questions. Like, a lot of questions, man. I'm at work. I just got to work. I took a nap before work in the dark. And it was a good nap, I think. And I woke up after like 4 hours of sleep this morning, which is not enough hours of sleep. I got a surprise for you guys. I set it up in my room. I haven't made a video about it yet. But look forward to it sometime soonish, maybe. I'll try to do it soon, and it'll be a funny surprise video, so look forward to that soon. And I got the hiccups. I just had some chicken wings and some Coke. And then I don't have anything else to eat for the next 8 hours of work. I just eat my lunch when I get to work because I don't have a refrigerator or a microwave here at work. Which is kind of questionable. Some of you guys might be thinking, that's questionable. Your workplace doesn't have a microwave or a refrigerator? Isn't that kind of strange? And you guys are very correct on thinking that. Some security guard jobs are very cringe like that. And that they don't even have an office for you to sit in. You gotta sit in the public bathrooms. You don't got a microwave, you don't got a refrigerator. You know, don't got much. Anyways, I have a banana I can eat for lunch in 4 hours. So at least I'll eat that. Actually, 3 hours. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, 3 hours. I've already been here an hour, I guess. Time flies here. The gay thing about work is that you have to be here for 8.5 hours, not 8 hours, which is still too much. American 8 hour a day nonsense. 8 hours is it's a ridiculous amount of time to be somewhere. Don't you think so? In other countries like Sweden and Iceland and stuff, the workday is like 6 hours and 5 hours, But here in America, it's 8, which is strange. On that note, the Hebrew word for money is like in wealth is mammon, is mammon, M, the M letter in Hebrew, and then the N, mammon. I think it's mammon. Which reminds me of an English word, Dannon, which is the yogurt company that makes Danimals, Gogurt snacks, Danimals, Dannon, Gogurt snacks. You remember made by Dannon? It reminds me of that word, but this is Mannon, which just means wealth. And our society is built on wealth and built around wealth, and that's why we have so many homeless people. Can you imagine? That's why this realm is so messed up. Can you imagine? And God didn't make money, okay? Humans made money. And humans worship money, and they made money, and they love money. And my parents love money. My family loves money. Everybody, I guess, pretty much everybody I know loves money, except for a couple of boys here and there. And they're obsessed with money. They want to buy houses and things like that. And they say they worship God, but they actually worship money. They don't try to learn Hebrew. They don't really do anything like that. They judge the homeless. They put judgments on the homeless people and stuff. But anyways, I know I'm sounding like an accuser angel over here. My bad. I'm just simply observing, okay? Anyways, can you imagine what our society would be like if money wasn't so valued as a fetish commodity where everybody's trying to grab it? People will stab you over $5. Can you imagine if we were like the African tribes over in Africa, where there's no concept of money and people just do stuff for their neighbor, for their community, for out of the goodness of their heart, they help their friend, they help their neighbor. Can you help me build this house? Sure, I'll help you build the house. They build it. And I get they all live in mud huts over there. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you and I would, because we're not, we don't have melanin in our system. So maybe we could make something better than a mud hut. Although I doubt I could. I probably would make a mud hut, because I don't really even know much about building a house at all, really. Even though I've helped build some housing things and stuff, I have a hard time kind of remembering how to build architecture and stuff like that. Even with YouTube tutorials, I'm not really good with my hands, maybe, and when it comes to hands-on blue collar type stuff, although I have done some blue collar type stuff, I feel like I'm bad with my hands and my brain. Have you noticed how everyone has a 1-second memory lately? I think it's because of the VAX shedding constantly, the Blovid stuff, the chemtrails possibly, the chemicals everywhere, in the sky, in the water, in the food. But what I've noticed, especially with myself and other people around me, is that everyone right now, and of course the screen addiction, everyone addicted to screens, right? Since they were babies for our generation, right? This is not good, because it seems like everyone right now has a 1-second recall memory, which sounds like pretty much everyone on Earth has basically Alzheimer's right now, which is kind of not a good sign. I think that the world is forgetting every few seconds what the hell they were thinking about a few seconds earlier, or at least I am, and people around me I'm noticing are. Several people, pretty much everyone, which is not a good sign. Write in the comments if you are, if you relate to that, or if you have noticed people around you maybe have a really bad memory right now. I think it's because of all those factors I just listed off. Maybe there's other factors. You can write in the comments what's going on, but not good. In Jewish Kabbalah, it says that if you stop studying Torah and stuff, then angels will take your memory away. So literally, the Jewish explanation for dementia is that like angels are taking these people's memories away and stuff, which is quite interesting. Yes, I'm still interested in the Jewish stuff. I was studying Hebrew on Duolingo earlier, and maybe I'm getting a little bit better at it, maybe. And exercising, still no fapping, kind of. Exercising. I use the rubber bands to exercise my arms. I'm trying to get my arms a lot stronger for the surprise video that I have for you guys, because I'm trying to learn how to do tricks. Sort of like circus tricks is all I can say. To join the circus, but I doubt I'll ever join the circus, but you know, just for entertainment purposes, for tricks. And but can you imagine what our society would be like if there was no money? People would just like be kind to each other, maybe, would help each other, maybe, because there's no incentive. They'd be like, well, I'll do the operation on you for, but I'll need about 15 grand. This guy said, oh, I guess I better rob a bank to get 15 grand for my testicle operation. Otherwise, that doctor won't do it for anything less than 15 grand. I don't have insurance. I guess I better rob a bank. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Or I better mug this guy, take his money, because I need it to pay for the operation, or I need it to pay for a new flat screen TV, or this or that, right? So yeah, think about that for a second, I guess. I know that sounds a little bit too communistic or something like that. Some people might think, that sounds like commie propaganda, something like that. Somebody might think that in their head, I don't know. Or maybe you guys agree with me. Maybe you think money sucks ass, and that people should burn it all. That's the thing about Christians, right? That the Jesus boy, he said that you should get rid of all your money and follow after him. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but virtually zero Christians have kind of done that. At least basically every single Christian I've ever known or met has never given up their money and followed after him. They've definitely maybe tried to follow after him, but definitely kept every penny they could to themselves, right? Although they might tithe a little bit to the church. They might give some money to the church every week, and then the church gives it to... a lot of churches I've noticed just use it to build onto their own gay-ass church. They use the money to build more of their gay-ass church. How much more beautiful do you need to make your church? Or why are you stealing people's money to even buy off your church? Where does it say in the Bible, take people's money and use it to build your church and buy your church and pay off the banks and the loans that you took out to even purchase the land for the church? Because I've noticed several churches do that I've gone to, where people tithe to the church and they say, thank you so much for donating to our church. Yeah, we actually finally finished paying off all the loans. Thanks to your hard-earned money, we've paid off this whole church. So I'm donating money to you so that you can literally kind of like buy a house. What does that do for me? What does that do? That just seems selfish of you to take people's money to basically buy a house church. Am I crazy in thinking that? I don't think I am. Write in the comments what you guys think about that. I'm not kidding. I've noticed several churches I've gone to have done this. They'll buy a church with loans. They'll take money from their church. They'll use that money to pay off the entire church. Excuse me? They might as well start an OnlyFans and say, hey, I'll post pics of my butt if you pay money so that I can pay off my rent. I need to pay my rent, so that's why I have an OnlyFans. I need to pay my rent. So I'll post pics of my church butt, and then I'll use that money to pay my church rent from your hard-earned money for looking at my pics. I mean, it seems so scummy to me. Sorry if that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I don't know. I mean, don't you think that tithing money would be better off spent on a homeless guy? I mean, maybe he'll use it for drugs, but maybe he'll use it for food or a blanket. I mean, you never know. Instead of giving it to a church that's owned by a rich white guy or a rich whoever guy, what's that guy going to do with it? Oh, he's going to become richer thanks to your money? Okay, that's cool. But what if you gave that money to a homeless guy, like Jesus basically said, right? Give your money, help the homeless people, right? Not help the rich guys who have churches that are begging for your money. Every Sunday, the first thing they say, every church I go to, hey, we really need your money. If you could put money into the hat. Like the very first thing they say when they start their church service. Hey, if you have money to give, you don't have to, but you probably should. Please just put it all in the hat. Please put all your money in the hat. I need to make a cartoon about this, dude. It's like, okay, you could give it to a rich white guy and put it in his hat for his church that he bought off your money. Or you could just give it to some random homeless dude you see on the street, and they're all over the place right now. Because as you notice, the system is corrupt and the country is falling apart. I mean, it's already falling apart, but it's just exploding, right? So there's bums everywhere. It's not even hard to find a bum. Just drive around for like a minute, probably past like 1,500. Yeah, you give that rich white guy who has tons of money and houses and a wife and a family and a big ass church, or this is gonna sound crazy, or you can give it to that guy like shivering with like needles in his arm and stuff on the side. I mean, that sounds crazy. Like Christ said to do that, help them. But maybe you could give it to that rich white guy who has his own church. I mean, I guess so. You might as well, right? You might as well. He's not gonna give it to that guy. I'll tell you that much. He's not gonna give it to that homeless guy. You can, but he's not. You give it to that rich white boy, he's not gonna give it to those homeless people. No. He's going to use that money to make his church even nicer. And it is a nice church. I'll give him that. You're saying, Jared, what specific church owners do this? Rick Warren of Lake Forest, and pretty much all of his subsidiary churches and their pastors. And I'm not even kidding, like every Christian church I've ever been to has done this. They ask for money, and they spend it on the church. And they build up the church. I mean, it's a great scheme. Don't get me wrong, it's a great Ponzi scheme. I need to start my own church and ask for money, like immediately. Why aren't I doing that? Why am I working a stupid security job instead of starting a church foundation, begging for money from sucker Christians who will give their money to a new startup church? I'll say, oh, I'm giving your money to missionaries in Africa or something. Puts it all into my own church, which is not even a real church. Gets rich from it. Can you imagine? What's going on, man? Anyways, sorry for the rant. It's so silly of me. I forgot what we were talking about, but money, right? Mammon. That's teaching you guys more little Hebrew words here and there. Maybe you remember the Hebrew word from last weekend. It was goodbye, which means lehitrayot. I guess I'm butchering a lot of these pronunciations here, but anyways. Just something to think about. It'd be kind of interesting if this realm didn't have money. That everyone was obsessed over, lusting after, grabbing after, fighting over, right? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think we needed the new meme slogan instead of jet fuel can't melt steel memes. For the old world buildings that they destroyed with explosions and stuff, and they called them the Great Fires of the 1800s, even though they were just blowing everything up. Instead of jet fuel can't melt steel memes of our generation, 100 years ago, what they should have said on their forums and their message boards and their 4chans was they should have said like, hot fires can't melt. Hot fires can't melt stone mortar walls. I don't know, but that's what their meme would be 100 years ago when they were destroying all the past civilizations' buildings. Say, hot fire can't melt steel can't melt steel bricks. I don't know. I don't know how to make it catchy and rhyme like ours. Like ours rhymes. I guess ours doesn't rhyme that well. Jet fuel can't melt. It's just so catchy. It just rolls off the tongue. Hot fire can't melt big bricks. I don't know. It's true though, right? It's so silly that all the lies. This whole realm is nothing but lies. It just makes me sick all the time to be in a realm that's nothing but lies, you know? Because it's so true. It's like, okay, they tell us all these giant buildings made out of hard ass stone, marble, brick, and mortar, and concrete and whatever. All these like super hard brick materials. A little baby like little fire, and they never say who started the fire. Of course, it's just a mysterious spirit of fire that goes into all these specific buildings. And this little tiny fire somehow melts a giant steel brick mortar creature building. It makes no sense. If I put a lighter up to this building right here, it wouldn't even burn the building down, because it's made out of concrete. It's made out of stone and brick. If I put a lighter up to a brick, it's not gonna make the brick explode. You know what I mean? It's impossible. It's nothing but gay ass lies. So I mean, remember Lahaina a few years ago when they destroyed that whole town with fires and stuff. I forgot where I was going with this, actually. I don't know. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It's just all freaking nonsense, bro. Just nonsense. Just another lie in Lie World. Can we just start calling this place Lie World from now on? I think that's a better name than Earth, honestly. Because the people who are manipulating everyone are just total psychopathic liars and creeps and freaks who drink youngster blood underground every day. So I think a better name for this place is actually Lie World, but that's just me. That's just true. We had a black woman who didn't want to leave earlier, and homeless. She was looking for a place to sleep. I might have to deal with her again tonight if she shows up again. It's private property, but we don't have fences, so people probably don't even realize that it's like private property. Maybe, I don't know. So we're getting a lot more homeless people lately who are kind of raising hell, saying, "What do you mean I can't sleep here on this private sidewalk, in this private building, in this private area?" Say, "You just can't sleep here. It's the guy owns this property. He doesn't want people sleeping on it. It's that simple, you know?" So it's getting, it's weird. I actually haven't dealt with like a single homeless person while I've been here, I think. And I've been here for like several months. But they just took one of our fences down, which is not good, I guess. But we also just need fences around the street in general. And for some reason, the people who own this have not put fences up to fence the private area off. So it's pretty much their own dumbass fault that we're getting transients, because they're not putting fences up around their private property, which would be really easy to do, I think. I mean, pretty easy, I think. So that's weird, but okay. That's about it. I had this dream 2 days ago. Yeah, I had a burger from Jack in the Box. Thanks, Andrew. But 3 days ago, and then after I ate it, I had if I touch my stomach, I get like a jolt of pain. So it might have burned like a hole through my stomach or something, which happens once in a while maybe through my diet or something. But after I had that burger, I had like a hole in my stomach because I poked it for the last 3 days, and it would feel pain. It's almost healed up now. 3 days later, kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know if everyone else has experienced that before. It's just more weirdness with my body or whatever. And but thanks Andrew for the burger. But yeah, it did possibly burn a hole through my stomach, which took about 3 days to heal. And I forgot what I was gonna say now. Darn it. Yeah. In Judaism, you're like supposed to wash your hands a lot. You're not even supposed to talk to someone in the morning before you wash your hands, because evil emanates from your hands. And you're like not really supposed to shave your beard. And when you shave your beard, you're like looking more like a reptile, hairless reptile, like the serpent in the garden, right? Hairless. Is people shaving their beard, making them more like spiritual serpents? Write in the comments, because that's kind of what I was getting at. When you're eating goy slop fast food, you're kind of like lowering yourselves down spiritually to the brain waves of the goys, or the people who are like making the food. You're not even supposed to eat food that's made by like godless goys, because think about this. And I of course I eat fast food, dude. I'm not judging or whatever, but think about your food, which you're supposed to bless every single time you eat, by the way, in Judaism. Would you want to eat food made by someone who like doesn't care about God or you at all? Don't you think that'd be kind of weird? Like, what if you went to the town prison, and it was Chomo Day, and everyone making your food was a convicted felon who molested a bunch of baby crocodiles every day, and then they had their grubby hands on your food, making your food, and you're like, "I'll have a burger, please, Mo Lester." And he said, "Oh, sure, I'll make the coming right up, boss." And he doesn't care about you. He doesn't even know you. You just showed up at the prison that day for lunch. He doesn't even know who you are. So he's going to make you a burger, kind of, but he's going to spit in it. He's going to like leave his fingernails inside of your food. He's going to wipe his hair and his balls on your burger. He said, "Here you go, boss. Enjoy." And then you eat that. I mean, maybe that's a little dramatic, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say here. If you eat food by godless goys, it's like probably not the best thing, because they don't care about you or the food they're making, really, maybe, and they don't care about God, maybe. It's like, do you really want to eat food prepared by someone who doesn't care about God and stuff? Because then that's kind of like cursed food, if you think about it. That kind of sounds like cursed food almost. Just an observation. Even pigs, they don't chew their food, right? So that's why in Judaism you eat kosher, you don't eat pigs, because they don't chew their food. And crabs and shrimp, they're like cockroaches of the ocean. They just eat the crap. Some people, you can call them crabs, but most people might call them craps, because they just eat like a bunch of crap. That's why you're not supposed to eat them in Judaism. So next time you think of the word crab, you can think of, oh, that's a crap animal. Instead of crab, it's crap. So that's just like a funny way to remember it, I guess. And pigs, they don't like, I think they don't chew their food or something, so they're kind of like dirty. They roll around in the mud in their own crap and stuff. But you know what's creepy about pigs is they look like genetically modified human creatures. Like, they look like they were made by alchemical homunculuses 100 years ago, and they were turned into pigs from humans. Kind of how like plague doctors kind of looked like humanoid alien hybrid creature humans that were made alchemically as homunculuses to like wipe out the populations during the plagues and stuff. Basically like the Skeksis from Dark Crystal, those evil bird creatures. Also look like plague doctors, also look like humanoid monster murders. Yeah, you guys noticed the Skeksis plague doctor bird monsters from Dark Crystal also drink youngster blood. And what a coincidence now that where we live, possibly they're still alive somewhere, or whatever, drinking youngster blood with the celebrities or something, these plague doctor bird creatures underground that are totally, completely evil, right? We have all these cryptids, but it's still hard to catch them on video. Why is that? If there's so many cryptids around, how come we don't see very many of them on video? They're very shy creatures. I've seen a few. I've seen like dragons and stuff. But I haven't seen a ton of cryptids. So they're obviously very shy spiritual ghost creatures or something. Dimensional creatures. I don't even know. They're very strange. They can cloak devices, go invisible and stuff. Very, very peculiar world creatures. Very peculiar. That's kind of a hard word to say. Try saying that word right now. Peculiar. I've never had a hard time saying that word before. It's not even peculiar. I think that's what's giving me the issue. It's peculiar. Peculiar. That's a tricky word to say. I'm going to see if other people can say that. Write that in the comments if you can say that word right now. Or if you messed it up as well. It's just a word we don't really say very often. Maybe that's what's messing me up. I mean, I know some... I know a little deep Jewish stuff, I think. Some secrets and cool stuff. But even me, I feel like I don't fully at all even grasp the full complexity of how the full... I feel like I don't grasp even the full magnitude of how deeply our sins destroy us and the entire world. What you have to realize is that possibly our sins don't just affect us. They affect people around you, and not just that, but the entire world. Like, isn't that crazy? That's wild, man. If your sins affect the entire world because you have power, because you know better, because you know about sins and you know about God and you know about stuff like that, and you know better, and then the sins affect the entire world because you have more power than you think you do, and it's a lot, man. And we don't fully understand the gravity of how much our sins rape our souls and rape the world and rape our relationship with God and all this stuff, right? And if we understood even 1% of how much God cares about us and how much He doesn't want us to sin, I think that would help us maybe to not sin as much. But it's infinite, because God is infinite, so we can't wrap our head around sin and God and stuff sometimes, and the gravity and the magnitude and the complexity of these things. I have bad breath so often. I think because I barely eat and I eat a lot of sugar. I think specifically that combination, I have like evil pirate bacteria in my throat that just tastes really bad and smells really bad. And I think I get them from throat infections, or maybe just not eating enough, because I get really bad breath when I barely eat, and from sugar. those two things in particular cause very rogue, nasty, smelly bacteria in my throat to just have a huge orgasm party, a huge orgy party in my throat with these bacteria from sugar and low calories, I think, or something like that. Write in the comments if you have bad breath for similar reasons or something like that. And I've tried mouthwash and it doesn't help much because they're in your throat and the mouthwash won't go into your throat. So I have that problem too, because people that just use mouthwash, they're in your throat, they're not even in your mouth. It's totally different. It's a little bit different. I think there's some on my tongue too. I think there's some bacteria possibly on my tongue that might smell. But I think mostly it's literally in the back of my throat or the bottom of my throat or something. And I don't have salt water. I mean, I guess you can make it with salt and water, but it's whatever. So, yeah. You know, you can boil ocean water and just to get like a ton of free salt out of it, I think. I saw some guy do that on Twitter, I think, once. It's kind of like a cool life hack, maybe. How do I get free salt? Just boil a bunch of salt seawater. Might work. That might be cool if someone did that. I saw it on Twitter once. I never tried it. I don't really cook ever. I don't really cook. If you guys are wondering what my breath tastes like and smells like today, because I said it smells and tastes really bad, usually it tastes and smells like green dumpster snot mixed with foul-smelling dead bird carcass or something. But today it's different, because today, I guess this is a little bit more rare, because usually it smells like green dumpster bird carcass snot. 99% of the time, if I have bad breath, it smells like that and tastes like that. It's terrible. Today, however, it tastes like if you got carpet, if you put your tongue and you licked, and it's old carpet from the 90s or something, if you had old 90s Sears Mervyn's carpet and you licked your tongue up and down the carpet, I'm not trying to make a sexual innuendo, this is just literally what it tastes like. If you had carpet, I'm not talking about pussy either, I'm talking about literally a literal carpet on the ground that you walk on. If you licked carpet for like 15 or 20 minutes straight with just your tongue, that's what it would taste and smell like. If you've never licked carpet, you won't know what I'm talking about. If you have carpet, maybe, I don't know, you'd have to taste it or eat it or smell it to understand the smell taste I'm describing, otherwise you won't know. I don't know why I know what carpet tastes like. I probably chewed on it when I was a kid or something, because we had carpets in the house. But that's all I can, or you know what, not even carpets or cat toys, those big furry cat towers, probably maybe similar to that, but mostly just the carpets, I think, if you were going to try to figure out this specific taste. It's quite hard to describe specific tastes to people, don't you think so? The thing about lust is that when you look at a sexualized woman, you put that image into your head, and it goes down. It starts at the top of the tree, your head, the top of the tree, and it moves down to the bottom of the tree, to your yesod, your genital region, and then it comes out in sperm seed, like a tree seed, okay? And you're tarnishing the sanctity of a woman
by removing her garments in your mind or with your eyes or whatever. Think about an apple, okay? When you think about an apple, the apple exists in the infinite, in an endless abyss, kind of like God is in the infinite, right? Ein Sof, it's called. In the infinite, your imagination is infinite, it's boundless. Your brain is infinite, your imagination, your thoughts are infinite, endless, okay? When you think of an apple, you visualize it in your head in this infinite space. The apple comes down through the top of the tree of infinite space into the tree, into a finite tube of space, and goes down through into your into your brain, into your mouth. Maybe you say the word apple after you visualize it and you think about it. The idea comes from the top of the tree, infinite space, into the top of the tree, into the tree, out of your mouth through you saying it. And you're making like an infinite thing, kind of like finite, by bringing it into your tree, into yourself. And with a woman, you're bringing it, you're tarnishing it. The idea of a woman, of what a woman is, or whatever, which nobody knows what a woman is. That's a joke. But bringing it in through the infinite into your head, and then into your heart. It passes by your heart, maybe. Maybe it corrupts your heart through corrupted, sinful ideas about this woman. Maybe it passes by all your organs as it travels down from the top of your tree head down to the bottom of your twig head, your yesod genitals, and comes out. It goes in your head, maybe like a black poison. It infects all your organs and stuff as it passes through your tree body, and then finally leaves, taking parts of your soul with it, as it poisons its way out of your system through your yesod, I don't know, I just thought of that visualization just now, kind of. Something to think about, I guess, if you want. I don't know.
For me, with the adult video addiction or whatever, it would be like after a few days. So, okay, you go doom scroll P-Hub, choke one out, boom, okay. Everything, all the temptation, kind of leaves your body. That's how it felt for me. And finally, I can breathe again. I can be myself again. I can do other things again. But then, after a day, you start getting an itch. And then after 2 days, maybe a little bit more of an itch. And then after 4 days, 3 or 4 days, usually 4 or 5 days, 4 days usually, it's just like, boom. Every part of your body is screaming for you to come. And then before you know it, you're doom scrolling P-Hub for 3 hours. You're going, well, it's okay, I'm not going to come. So that means I'm allowed to doom scroll this for 3 hours. And then what happens? Of course you come. And you're like, darn it, this happened because I was doom scrolling for 3 hours, of course. A boy can only edge so long before he falls over the edge. Edgar Allan Poe said that in his book, How to Doom Scroll P-Hub. You go, well, I'm not going to come, so it's fine if I edge. And then what happens when you edge? Of course you fall over the edge. and then boom, catharsis. Jan's favorite word, catharsis. It feels like all the temptation leaves your stupid body, and you finally get a moment to breathe. Oh, finally, finally, that all that built up pressure, of the evil inclination has left, or at least given you a break for a few days, or for a day, or for an hour, or whatever it is, right? And then if you partake in if then when you start getting curious, start looking again, it starts building up. The pressure starts building up. Boom, 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 build. And then your body's screaming at you, you have to come, you have to fucking come. And you're doom scrolling 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, edging, getting blisters on your freaking shaft. Your balls hurt from smacking them too hard. Your freaking head's all chafed. There's smeg all over your room. It smells like a freaking nasty dungeon of cheese and cheesy, dang old, cheesy, nasty, cottage cheese, expired chocolate milk smeg. People are gonna start calling you the Smeg King online if you keep that up. But all that pressure leaves after you come. I've heard people on the Reddit NoFap say that they avoid this by exercising when the huge urge hits them, and I've tried that. I've tried stuff, and it's definitely a tricky maneuver to re-hijack your urges from your brain, and to fix your brain once you've been on that train for so many years, for 15 years, on the FAP train. And your brain is hardwired, and it's wired in a way where it makes it a little difficult to rewire it, or I guess very difficult. And what else did I want to say? There was something else. Dang it, I can't remember. My memory is so freaking crappy, dude. It's insane. I told you people's memories suck right now, really, really bad. Or at least some people's do, maybe. Write in the comments if you have similar experience with that or whatever. But yeah, when you ejac, you're giving up your power. Maybe you're giving up your energy. You're giving up your life force. You're giving up your whatever. And some people think that you're giving up your life force and stuff when you ejac and stuff, and that it ages you, and who knows. There's not really any studies on this. These are just kind of like writings from random people or sages or rabbis or just random dudes who have said this. I don't know if there's been any real what's it called, like blind studies in this sort of field. There should be, but there's not. I know some boys circumvent this. They say, well, I'm enterbating using my imagination, and so it's better. And I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know. I guess so, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I've been taking naps in the car at work today. I'm so sleepy, or I was. I think I'm a bit more awake now, but I didn't even get enough sleep last night. I slept for 5 hours. And then in the car, I've been taking naps in the car at work today, but it hurts your back a bit to sleep in the car. 2 old homeless boys walked by with a wagon talking. It's hard to understand what they were talking about. They sounded, kind of rough around the edges mentally. And I was worried they were going to come onto the property, but then they didn't. I was watching them from above, like a hawk, And I did a prayer for them in my head. And yeah. So far it's been a normalish night. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. It's cold again. It's been hot here for so many weeks now for summer, and now it's finally cold again. It's actually very cold. Out of nowhere, it feels like summer has finally left, and the night here has gotten very cold. I know people say that you get more mental clarity and energy on NoFap, but I actually don't really feel that. I'm doing NoFap, but my brain still feels pretty messy sometimes. So hopefully that'll get fixed someday. I don't really know when that's supposed to get fixed or whatever, but hopefully it's helping. I don't know. But yeah. You can write in the comments if you have better mental clarity or whatever from abstiding. What's the word I'm thinking of? Jan would know maybe. I don't know. Absconding maybe. Absconding from the FAP. I don't know what the word is. I'm just ready to go home and sleep, dude. Basically, I had a weird dream the other day. I don't think I told you guys. That's where I got sidetracked, and I totally forgot. I brought it up, and then my dog shit memory forgot about it after a few seconds, and then I forgot to bring it up again. As I had this interesting dream 2 days ago. I haven't been having too many dreams lately, which is a bit odd for me, but I had a dream 2 days ago. By the way, still haven't gotten fired from work, if you were wondering. So I still have a job. I'm not fired yet. So I guess that's good. I have a surprise video coming up, hopefully soon. I've been practicing a little bit, trying to get my arms stronger, trying to become stronger. Taking creatine every day-ish. I doubt that I'm gaining weight from creatine, but hopefully it'll help with something. I've been balling up my hands into fists to build up forearm strength and fist strength and grip strength. So you just keep opening and closing a strong fist, and that builds up forearm and grip strength. And then you're able to grip onto things way harder. So that's cool, I guess. So I've been practicing that to build up grip, forearm strength. And anyways, I had this dream 2 days ago. I was a security guard at a mall. At a mall, and instead of working, I was slacking off. I was just wearing shorts because I didn't care about you wearing a uniform. I was inside of Walmart, like buying food next to my work because I didn't care. And I got a call from my coworker, a young brown Muslim boy, who maybe I did have a teen Muslim boy coworker back in 2016 when I was a guard. So maybe it was a memory of him, maybe, when you remember people from the past or whatever. And his name was Sean. Hopefully he's doing good. He was a nice little boy, Muslim boy I worked with in security. And anyways, but he loved money though, so he was all about money. But a lot of teenage Zoomers are, right? They're like, oh, I want to be rich. That's how this kid was. I worked with him. Anyways, my coworker in the dream calls me and he says, hey, can we meet up over blah 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 near you? And I'm like, sure. I'm like thinking, oh, maybe I'm in trouble. Maybe he's pissed off about something, my work ethic or something. He comes up and he's only in shorts too, so we're both only in shorts. So I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. He doesn't care about work and all this gay shit. And he's like, yeah, dude, we should hang out, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he told me he lives at like a rehab or a frat house with a bunch of other dudes or something. I was like, okay, I've been there. I've lived at rehabs. And I'm like, okay, this guy sounds like he wants to be my friend. Sounds like a cool guy. And so we're talking on the sidewalk and by a parking lot in between like a Walmart and a mall, to give you a scene there. And and we have our cars parked next to us by the sidewalk, the parking lot. And like a car pulls up. I'm thinking maybe it's Mexican cartel or something like that. I don't know. And some guys get out and they jump into my coworker's car and they drive off with it and they steal his car. And one of them slashes my back tire, like a pretty bad slash. I would need a new tire basically. And then they drive off. And I'm like, dang, that was crazy. They like stole your car. And he's like, yeah, this is bad. And I'm like, damn, they slashed my tire. And this obese woman, white, older, 40s, 50s, 45 maybe, comes up and she feels all sorry for me, or I guess, and she gives me $100 bill she's like, oh, I saw you, they slashed your tire, that's so messed up. I said, yep, and they stole my coworker's car. And she gives me a fat $100 bill because they slashed my tire and she wants me to get a new tire. I said, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then I called the police. And I'm like, yeah, they stole his car, they slashed my tire. And this was like a nice city. This was kind of like Irvine or something. This was like a nice city, and the cops are on the phone are like, what, really? In this nice city they did that? And I'm like, yes, sir. And that was the end of the dream. But I mean, it's just a weird dream, dude. What the heck? What kind of a dream was that? So anyway, you can write your dreams in the comments if you want. I'll check them out. Do you feel like the global IQ is shrinking at an astronomical rate? Does simply hearing my voice make you feel like the global IQ is shrinking down from an average of, I'm talking about non-melanins, by the way, from an average of like, what, 120? And maybe you guys think it's shrinking down to a more melanin number, let's say 70 or 50? Do you guys think that the global IQ is decreasing, which it is, because of screen addiction, TikTok addiction, Fortnite dancing addictions, drug addictions, weed, vape, and cigarette, alcohol addictions are astronomically causing global IQs to plummet to their death? Or what do you guys think is the real reason? Is it the 5G faggy towers that are everywhere now in all of our towns? Is it the black magic spells that the elites are doing nonstop on the public and drinking youngster blood underground 24/7 to bolster the strength of these curses and spells on the general population? Is it because the general population doesn't seem to care at all about Hebrew or God's word, and they go on with these strange fake religions, worshipping giant elephants And women with 4 blue arms, with knives and sharp teeth, aka demons, creatures, right? And, I mean, what's going on here? Why? I mean, there's so many different things going on in this gay realm. But you wouldn't know it if you were Amish. In fact, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, maybe. You wouldn't care because you'd probably be milking your cows and living a normal, healthy, cancer-free, retard-free life. You wouldn't know that Blovid even existed if you were Amish, because you wouldn't have seen it on the news. You wouldn't have seen it anywhere. You wouldn't even have known. You would just think there was nothing going on at all. Which, some people think that. That's all I'm going to say. And, it just makes me think that this whole world just feels like the gayest distraction ever from our own inner world, from our own spiritual growth and development. And there's some really cool stuff in this world. And by that, I pretty much just mean the old world's buildings and stuff. But, I mean, no, there's some other cool stuff. There's, I like sugary drinks, which maybe those are causing IQs to plummet, right? I do like, bobas and teas and milks, creams, anything sugary. I had a Capri Sun today. I know, you guys are pissed when you hear about Capri Suns. I actually had a son. This is real. And you guys will never guess what my son's name was. This was a long time ago. Ow, my neck just cracked because I moved it too quick. So my son's name starts with a C. Okay. Did you guess what his name was? That's right. My son's name was actually Chip. And so I would call him my son Chip. And I would eat him. And that's a popular brand of chips in the United States. And that was the joke. Did you guess right? I don't know. It's a classic joke. You can use it if you want. I got a song about my son who actually selfishly took his own life, unfortunately. Bang! Let's see, how's it go? Here's how the song goes about my son who selfishly took his life a long time ago. And here it goes. The other night, we had a fight. I came to your door, it was sunlight. Knocked on the door. Can I come in, son? He said. I opened the door and I was terrified. Bang, bang, now you're gone. I miss you, son. I miss you, son. Bang, bang, you're gone so young. Bang, bang, now you're gone. I miss you, son. I miss you, son, Chip. Bang, bang, you're gone so young. And the question remains, did he die in vain? And the question remains, did he die in vain? So that's, yeah. I opened the door and I just heard that bang, bang, now you're gone. I miss you, son. I miss you, son. So that's it. That's the end. Yeah. And that's, maybe that's a true story. Maybe it's not. I can't tell you. You have to think for yourself on that one. Did he open his son's door and his son blew his brains out in front of him and that's how he wrote the song? Some of you guys are thinking in the comments, what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know. God, my breath has tasted and smelled terrible not all day, but you know what? Probably most of today. It's so annoying. I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna have to brush with toothpaste when I get home and see if that helps, and mouthwash or something, like anything. It tastes like if you chewed on carpet for 20 minutes, or if you drank like sparkling waters, but like the taste of the sparkle waters, which tastes kind of like minty toothpaste, never left your throat, and then it was stuck in your mouth and your throat for all of eternity, and it tasted terrible. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I think I'm doing a decent job at describing it. So, it just tastes so gross. I keep wanting to see an alien flying creature in the sky when I look in the sky, but I never see one. I would want to see like a really tall vertical one with like big bubble rib protrusions that move down, kind of like a flying floating dragon creature, but that moves vertical, kind of like a big piece of rice in the sky with little wings on the top of it. Maybe something like that. If I was gonna see an alien, a giant dragon thing, yeah, or maybe seeing a sea monster would be cool. That'd be pretty dang cool to see a giant sea monster in this ocean or the lake or beach somewhere, or a bathtub. Well, maybe not the bathtub, but maybe the toilet, I guess. Just some sort of watery place. Sewer. Yeah, the sewer would be pretty cool. Walking around work with scary music in your ears, it really sets the mood and gets you really scared. But it actually is kind of fun because then you get in a very scared mood. I'd recommend it, I guess, if you want to get scared. Walking around dark parking garages with scary music is a great way to get yourself scared. Or for that matter, walking around the woods or any dark place or any nature place with scary music is a great way to get yourself spooked. Ooh. And it's kind of fun getting spooked that way. That's just a tip from me. I was pretty pissed off. I'll tell you why. I have a very thin driveway at my house. I went off the driveway, one of my tires went off the curb too hard, and a bunch of the lights lit up on my dashboard of warnings. Possible flat tire, possible brake fluid leak, possible this, possible that, ABS, which I don't even know what that stands for. What does ABS stand for? I don't know. Whenever I have car trouble, I get very angry. Anything about cars, for some reason, I get very angry. I guess there's oddly specific things in this stupid realm that make my blood boil, that set my blood on fire. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's a long line at the DMV or something like that. Of course, I make DMV appointments. I don't wait in line like the Mexicans and the migrants, of course. I always make an appointment online, but it's just an example. Cars, getting stuck on the road, getting stuck somewhere, getting lost somewhere. I tend to get very angry. My blood boils. Probably any bad interactions with women would probably make my blood boil or something like that, I imagine. Probably getting bullied by someone would make my blood boil, like a customer or someone. I've quit jobs over that sort of shit. I'm trying not to sound rude. It's Shabbat, I think, which is like Thursday night to Friday night. It's the holiest day of the week in Judaism. I was pretty angry. I screamed the F word in the car earlier on the way to work. So anyways, hopefully the car's okay. I don't know how to fix cars at all, so I just took a different car here. Took my sister's car. I didn't tell her. I'll tell her in the morning when I get home, I guess. But left my sunglasses in my car. I like those at work to protect my eyes from the stupid light bulbs everywhere. But anyway, so that happened. I gotta pop the hood and check on my brake fluid or something like that. I don't know anything about cars. Write in the comments if you know car stuff, I guess. But I'll probably have to take it in somewhere. I'm gonna call my stepdad and ask him car questions, I guess. I don't know. In the morning. So that's cool. So the car's acting weird. My tires look fine. It said possible flat tire. They look fine. Just a bunch of warning lights popped up when I went off the curb too hard. So the car feels a little off to drive. Maybe something's wrong. I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination. So I don't know. I hate cars. If I could drive a moped to work, I would. Unfortunately, that's actually very dangerous because you can easily get killed driving a motorcycle or a moped to work by someone just running into your tiny little bicycle that weighs nothing and send you veering off the road into your death. I know someone who got hurt on a moped, and now they're back to using cars. They tried mopeds, now they're back to cars just because they got hurt really bad driving a moped to their work or whatever. So that's cool. So anyways, that happened, and I'm not super thrilled about it. I don't like car trouble. I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about being a human man. All I know is how to make childish, stupid cartoons. And sorry if I sound grumpy. I am grumpy about it, about the car, and the curb and the tiny driveway. It's a very tiny driveway, and it pisses me off. It just really pisses me off, and this is why. This was bound to happen eventually. The driveway is too thin. And, yeah, the driveway's too thin and retarded, and now look what happened, you know? So that's cool, and, just blood kind of boiling about that. Going to try to calm down and, do something else. I don't know. So, I hit the pop the hood button in my car, of course, right? To check under the hood. So, like any reasonable guy, I pop the hood. I go over to open up the hood. And what's this? The hood won't pop up. Some of you guys might not know this, but once you pop the hood, there's a second latch to the right of the middle of the car that you have to hit with your finger in just the right G spot. Basically, the car hood is like a fucking pussy. And there's actually two pop the car hood buttons. So the first one is a faggot liar. It's a faggot nigger liar. I hit pop the car hood, and it doesn't pop. It pops a little bit, and then it tricks you. You have to go over, and there's a second latch you have to hit. And it's kind of tricky to hit the second latch, so I couldn't even get the hood open. I couldn't figure out how to find the hidden G spot of the car's second pop the hood latch under the hood to open it up. I'm not a mechanic. And it's dark. It's very dark, so I'll try to look at it tomorrow. Maybe I'll get the hood up this time. We'll see. But it just doesn't make sense. Why have two pop the hood buttons? What's wrong with just the first one? If I was making a car, I'd make a pop the hood button. Just boom, one button, not two, but not two. Not Legend of the Hidden Temple nonsense. I gotta go find the hidden golden monkey head in the G-spot area, find her G-spot, open up the car hood. There's just one simple button. Boom, it pops open. Done. But no, you hit the first button, now you have to solve the riddles 3. The Egyptian riddle, the Sphinx. Now where's the latch? Can you find the latch underneath the car hood? Can you find where it is? Can you pop it open? Oh, you can't find it? Oh, I can't even manage to pop a freaking car hood, dude. Like, what the heck? Sorry, I don't mean to sound grumpy. I'm just kind of grumpy about the car thing. That's it. So, I hate cars. I hate driving. It's a dangerous activity. The freeway stopped completely this morning on my way home from work. What if you don't stop in time? What if you hit the car in front of you, you fucking die, and you fucking break your brain in a million pieces? Could happen any time. Could happen any moment. The freeway stopped this morning when I was driving. If you don't stop in time, if you don't notice it stopping, if you don't stop fast enough, boom, you're just freaking dead, dude. It's all the time driving. I work 2 days a week and I still hate driving. I still almost die because the stupid freeways are so stupid and retarded and they stop all the time. People stop to look at accidents. And then everybody just freaking crashes into each other and makes even more accidents. What's the point? This whole society, it pisses me off so much. I hate it. I hate this fake lie world. I hate... Gosh darn it. I fucking hate cars and I hate everything. I hate this whole world. I hate this whole realm. I hate everything. I hate cars. I hate traffic. I hate freeways. I hate society. I hate cities. I hate... yeah. I'm just in a grumpy mood. Yeah. You know what's the funniest thing about therapy and people have quote unquote generalized anxiety and general depression and general schizophrenia, whatever. They go to see a therapist and they get a job maybe. They go to their job and they're freaking out at work because they have anxiety or whatever illness they have, right? Mental illness or something. Because they've been addicted to screens their whole life and addicted to P-Hub their whole life and addicted to hiding from bullies their whole life. So they go to work and then they go see a therapist and they say, I'm kind of struggling at work. I think I'm going to quit work. And their therapist will say, at work, what you could do? You say, what could I do at work to help? And they say, deep breathing. Did you ever try deep breathing out of your own anus hole? Because you can breathe through there. And you say, well, deep breathing doesn't do anything. Is there anything else I could do? And I say, well, maybe you could go back to school and get a better job. And you go back and you do that and you get a better job. And it's the same thing at your new job. You're still just having a hard time at your new job. Say, well, gee whiz, maybe you could get a different job. Okay, get a different job, same thing, still having a hard time at your job. Okay, what should I do now? Is there anything else besides deep breathing? How about medication? Okay, sure. So then they pump your brain and your body and your soul and your blood and your balls full of 45 milligrams of Tylenol and Mislatol and Gislatol and Crislatol and Craplatol and Jizlatol and Zitzlatol and whatever else Latol. And now you're a walking zombie corpse and you don't know what's going on and everything's blurry and time is dilated and like your dilation hole because you're a trans man. And everything's going weird and wild and wiggly and wobbly like the stage in Yoshi's Island when you eat the illegal mushroom drugs that Yoshi eats in the level with this big gay-ass tongue that I wish was wrapped around every part of my entire body. So you eat now you're feeling like a weird wobbly corpse creature because you're highly medicated just so you can go to a job that you can't stand because you have anxiety at the job or something or whatever it is. And the reason you have anxiety is probably because maybe it's a hard, you're not used to hard labor maybe. Maybe it's the absolutely evil, impatient customers. It's probably that one. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the commute to work, almost dying in the freeway. Maybe it's your car breaking down. Maybe it's you don't like waking up early for work. Maybe, this is going to sound crazy, maybe you don't like being somewhere for 8 hours a day. Hell, being somewhere for more than 30 or 40 minutes a day for me is make me want to go back home. You telling me I have to go somewhere for 8 hours a day plus 30 minutes commute? That's awesome. Thank you. Maybe it's because I could go on and on. It's just such a joke. We're not meant for these societies, for these cities. We're meant for smaller communities with each other. We're not meant for freeways and faggot ways and slave ways and all this shit. And wage slaves and 8-hour days and all this nonsense. We're just not meant for it, in my opinion. You think I can compete with the Mexicans picking strawberries in the fields? I get sunburned after 5 minutes. Those guys are picking strawberries for 8 hours a day in the hot sun with nothing but black clothes and a straw hat and a big, beautiful, burly, furry mustache and a big-ass, gay-ass sombrero and a big, gay donkey that they ride in on. You think I can compete with that? And they're shipping a billion Mexican migrants into my country every single day to pick the strawberries. I can't compete. I can't pick strawberries in the heat. I get sunburned. I can't do that. Are you kidding me? What a joke. What an absolute stupid joke this whole place is. I'm sorry. Sorry if I sound so grumpy today. It's just the car troubles got me in a grumpy mood. I still got a lot of work to do on my own. I still got a lot of work to do to become more of a fleshed out person, you know? I know most of you guys watch this podcast, you think Jared's got it all together. He sounds so calm and beautiful. He's the most handsome man in the world. He's the funniest man in the world. He's the most beautiful man in the world. He sounds so calm, cool, and collected, so mature, so sensitive, so soft around the edges, so soft and cuddly and huggly and huggable and cute and lovable. But certain specific situations like this, they get me a little bit tense. Car trouble, impatience in my own place of where I am, impatience standing in line somewhere maybe, you know, impatience on the road if I'm stuck in the road in traffic. Certain situations even make me grumpy and impatient, if you can even believe that. And it further proves that I'm not perfect yet, and that I actually need maybe even a tiny little bit of more practice and progression and improvement and strengthening in patience, emotional control, stress management, stress control, blood pressure control, mental stability, no FAP stability, mind and thoughts stability, better mental focus, better memory, better work ethic, more exercise. And that's the thing. I did a good amount of exercise yesterday. And so, you know, I think you would expect the erratic, manic symptoms to go down in a person who gets enough exercise. Or at least that's what I think. And I'm doing no FAP still. And I'm still feeling kind of manic sometimes. What's up with that? Of course I'm not on medication. That's disgusting. But, hey, if I did a call-in show, like Therapy Gecko on YouTube, you think that would be a good idea? Would any of you guys call in to talk? Let me know in the comments if you think I should do a call-in show, 1-800 Jared's Corner. You can call in, 1-800 Jared's Corner. We could take calls and we could talk on here. People could call in if they wanted to. I don't know. Maybe that's silly. Let me know. Yeah. It's something else that's got my blood boiling today is just that I've had the worst breath today and yesterday and several other days for the last year. Ever since I went to like Disneyland a few years ago, I've had terrible bacteria in my throat and mouth that taste bad, smell bad, and they're the worst bacteria ever. I don't know how to get rid of them. I brushed, I used mouthwash, they still won't go away. My mouth tastes disgustingly terrible. My breath tastes and smells disgustingly terrible. My snot and my mucus and my saliva, taste and smell is disgustingly, horribly, horrible and terrible. Doctors are faggot, retard, idiot niggers who don't help at all, and they have no way to help, and they don't do anything to help. And I have gone to a doctor for it. And so it just feels like every symptom that you have in this entire world, doctors can't fix or do anything about. And so you're just kind of stuck. And yes, I'm trying to pray about this, of course. And that's all you really can do is in this realm. Everything's broken in this realm. Doctors are useless. Medicine's useless. All you can do is pray and stuff. And that's about it. And figure it out on your own. I don't know what else to tell you. And so I'm stuck with this constant bad taste in my mouth and bad breath and bad smell in my mouth. And just the taste drives you insane. The taste is so bad. And it's just all day. It's just an all day terrible taste in your mouth. And I don't even know if anyone else deals with this. Probably not. I'm probably the only one in the entire universe. So that's great. That's just literally great. So that's just another thing that kind of gets my blood pressure through the roof. Corey in the house. Troll 2. They're eating her. Then they're going to eat me. Oh my god. Whatever. I think clearly sometimes I have some anger issues. Because anger is, I think, the easiest emotion for me. Or maybe the worst emotion for me. I don't get sad. I don't think I ever get sad. I think I do get bored. And I do get mentally uncomfortable, kind of like crazy symptoms, where it's just a painful mental uncomfortability in your own head, brain, if you can call that an emotion. And then sometimes I get angry about, usually it's just about video games, but I do get too angry at the video games. And then I do smile and laugh sometimes, so it's not like, you know, I do get happy and laugh and smile sometimes, I think, at something, at stuff. And, but, you know, anger is, it can be hard to be angry and feel angry and get angry over stupid things like games or cars or women or anything. Anger does feel destructive, powerful, poisonous, and lethal, deadly, seductive, addicting, difficult. It seems like clearly maybe I have issues with anger sometimes when it comes to random things, specific things that I mentioned. And how do you fix that? Therapy is useless. Doctors are useless. How do you fix anything about yourself? I kind of doubt people can. Maybe you can lose weight or something, but that's more of a physical thing. I'm talking about a mental thing, an emotional thing, a spiritual thing. How do you fix hardcore issues in your brain? Hardcore struggles in your brain, in your body, in your flesh. Hardcore dilemmas and problems in your mental thoughts and things like that. How do you really fix that? Well, in therapy, in CBT therapy, they tell you you have to do deep breathing, medication, exercise, just total gay nonsense, 24/7 gay nonsense from a gay nonsense world. Makes sense that the mental doctors of the time gave you gay nonsense buzzword answers in a gay fake lie buzzword world of nonstop lies and gaslighting from every angle and every corner. In my opinion. Medicine. It's a sin to take medicine. It's in the word. Medication. Decay. Your body's decaying from the medication. Another hint in the word. So many hints in all these words that nobody cares to look at or pay attention to. It's just hard to blah 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 blah. Would you guys like if I read the entire script of Troll 2 from start to finish? It's about an hour and a half long. I'm thinking about doing that. Spoiler alert, I might do that for fun. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear me read the entire Troll 2 movie script from start to finish. Take about an hour and a half to get through. But I am considering doing it in my free time, maybe. You're thinking, why would you do that? What's the point? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like the point, I guess. There's no point. It's just a funny movie. I like that movie. That's it. Imagine if I read the entire Master of Disguise script, start to finish. That'd be crazy. I think we should do some singing in the throat. For a couple minutes. I'm tired. It's hard to get enough breath. I feel like I'm out of breath. Just trying to sing. I think I'm too out of breath for this hobby. Maybe I can't sing because I feel so out of breath. Like an anemic, anorexic freak. I'm out of breath. I cannot sing because I keep feeling like I am going to suffocate without enough air and breath to sing. Damn it, I wish I could circular breathe. If you know what circular breathing is, it's singing and breathing through your nose at the same time. But I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. But I think that would help if I could do that. What if I started making noises like that all the time? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if my voice was this nasally all the time? That'd be cool, yeah. Yeah, okay, so I just gotta be here for another 7 hours. That's cool. Except I'm ready to go, and I've only been here for an hour and a half, and I'm already ready to go. And my car might be broken. A little bit broken. It just needs a tiny little fix. I need to get it fixed. I need to get my tiny little car looked at and fixed, maybe. Maybe fixed. China. If they bring American cars from China. Stinky Joe Biden, smelly old diaper-shitting, diaper-filling Biden. Vote for me, vote for Donald Trump. Don't vote for Joe Biden. He'll crap in his dookie-deepy diaper all day long. And he'll fill his diapers up to the brim with shit and cum. And a vote for me. A vote for Donald J. Trump is a vote for America. China. A vote for Donald Trump. Stormy Daniels wasn't much of a storm to me, really. Just kind of a breeze that blew through town, and she literally blew me. Not much of a storm, not much of a Daniels. She's a girl, not a boy named Daniel. Vote for Donald J. Trump. A vote for America is a vote for Trump. I'm going to drain the swamp. China will not be a part of our swamp. I will make sure that you can bet on that.
I made a big deal with it. I'm a very big deal in China. I've met with the highest leaders in China. I'm best friends with the richest man in China. I talk to a lot of automobile dealers in China. I know business like nobody else's business in China. A vote for China is a vote for Donald Trump. You have to vote for me. So a 10-year-old boy, grabbed a paintball gun and he shot my ear off, and they were able to glue it back on with Elmer's glue. No other American glue can do it like Elmer's glue can do it. A vote for Trump is a vote for Elmer's American-made glue. That's good glue. That's made from real horses' body parts. That's how they make glue. They kill horses to make the glue. China has no horses. They have the worst glue. They have the worst economy. Vote for me if you want me to fill up my crap-filled diapers with crap and Elmer's glue. Joe Biden, dementia-ridden Joe, poor Joe, doesn't even know what glue is, doesn't even know how to drink glue and eat glue. I have the biggest hands, and I can fit the most glue in my hands and eat. Donald Trump, not much of a Trump, really. Not much of a president, really. More like the bureaucrats in Washington. The bureaucrats in Washington are all full of crap. I call them bureaucrats. That's just something I do. The Washington, I'm going to drain the swamp. No big deal. No big deal. I drain the swamp. It's what I do. 45th president, soon to be 47th. Should have been 46th, but they was stolen. They stole it from me. Everyone knows it was stolen. Everyone knows I got stolen from. Not a big deal. I'm gonna win in November. It's gonna be the biggest landslide you've ever seen in November. Kind of like that song Earth, Wind and Fire by the band September. Come on, man. Don't listen to Donald Trump. Come on, man. Vote for me. Vote for Biden. Come on, man. Come on, man. Vote for Kamala. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me, Nixon. 50th President of the United States. Peace and love. The hippies will never know what hit 'em after I raped the hippies. I'm Richard Nixon, and I'm President of this great United States. God bless you, and God bless the United States. I'm Richard Nixon, 45th President of the United States. I took this country, and I destroyed it, and I did Wiregate and Pizzagate and Elsagate. Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me, Ronald Reagan. Hello, it's me, Ronald. Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me, Ronald Reagan. No, that doesn't sound right. I swear I could do a Reagan at one time. Maybe I could do. Here's Johnny. I'm Jack Nicholson. I'm Jack. Forget it. Hey, it's me, Jack Nicholson. No, that's not right. Hey, it's me, Don Knotts. Hey, it's me, Don Knotts. Hello, it's me, Don Knotts. What's the problem, Sheriff? It's me, Don Knotts. Okay, I can do a Don Knotts. You heard it there for a second. Sheriff, it's me, Don Knotts. What's going on, Shaggy Scooby-Doo? It's me, Don Knotts. I can do a Don Knotts a little bit. Yeah.
Hello, it is me. Hello, it is me, Kamala Harris. I'm here to shit on your street, sir. Excuse me, sir, I'm running for president. I am Kamala Harris, and I'm here to shit on your street. I'm from India. I'm come here straight from India and Jamaica. I come here to shit on your street, sir, Americans. Americans, I've come to sit on your street. It's me, Kamala Harris, running for 36th president of the United States of Great America. I will be the first woman and female woman president. I'll be the first woman president in the presidential White House. I'm running for 46th president. I'm from India, from Bangladesh. I got married in the Ganges River. I got my sex. I started eating shit in the Ganges River of the Nile. Yeah.
I just got about 3 more hours left. Wait, is that right? Yeah. A little less than 3 hours. Oh my gosh. The shift went by pretty quick, the first half, but then the second half feels like it takes forever. Don't you guys think so? The first half of this shift went by quick. Now it's going by slow. And my body is uncomfortable on the public toilet where I sit, in my car where I sit. My body is uncomfortable in these positions. I bring a scarf because of the cold night air, but it feels like I'm inhaling microfiber plastics from the Chinese scarf that was made in a Chinese factory far, far away. And it's the pieces of fiber from the scarf that are so too tiny to see get into my lungs and choke me to death. Feels like I'm suffocating on this Chinese-made scarf that I got off eBay. I can't stand walking around in shoes at jobs like this. I don't like shoes. I like barefoot and sandals. My breath still smells and tastes pretty bad. I brought a Coke. I'm not sure if I'll drink it all, to be honest. A sparkling water and a strawberry milk today. And I drank all the strawberry milk. It was good. It was low fat. How do they make a milk that's low fat? Do they take it from an anorexic cow? I don't know. They probably do. I just want to lay down. I want to lay down so bad. Oh, man. I could lay down on the dirty ground in the bathroom. Maybe the dirty ground in the dumpster janitor closet. Or the dirty ground in the boiler room. But the boiler room is so loud that it would drive you insane to be in there for longer than 10 seconds. The machines in the boiler room are like taking a lawnmower up to your eardrum. This is the first year in many years, I think, that I have missed the county fair. But somehow I missed going to the county fair. The OC fair. I've been there so many times. And yeah, I know it's this exact same every time. But I still kind of like going to the OC fair. If you can believe that. Sometimes I just like to spit. There's a big vent on the ground in this public bathroom, and I just spit a huge freaking spit into the ventilation fan and the ground in the bathroom. I want to go home and sleep. I saw a documentary. I saw a documentary on this guy in Britain who was a perverted fap addict. Poor boy. It amazes me that people are able to control their horniness in this world where every corner you turn around there is a frickin' Hooters or a frickin' strip club or frickin' billboard with a woman on it. Everywhere you turn, every movie, every show has women plastered all over it. This world is obsessed with sex. This world is obsessed with perversion and horniness, sexual energy, deviancy, degeneracy, degenerate, and debauchery. This world is hyper-focused on it. And it can't just be me who realizes that. I think that hiccup was from the milk. Some people call it mommy's milk. I walked into a Denny's once. Yeah, you heard that right. I was eating at Denny's, and this guy comes in to the Denny's, and he looks right up to the waitress, and this guy says, she says, "What'll you have to eat, mister?" And he looks at her and he says, "I want mommy's milk." That really happened. No, I made that whole story up. He says, "I want mommy's milk." That's what he said to the waitress at the Denny's that I went to. No, this is a true fake story that I just made up. You guys see Blair Witch Project? Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was a good movie. It was scary. It was too scary. When I saw that movie as a child, that was just such a scary movie. That was a really scary movie. Blair Witch Project. BlairWitch.com in 1996 got 20 million unique visitors, which was a lot of visitors in the 90s. So it's before search engines existed, and it got over 20 million visits to BlairWitch.com. Before the movie came out.
Now it's time to have a snuggle with my very best friend in the whole wide world. You. Well, I'm glad you could come over. See you soon. Bye. And the clown jumped over the moon.